Welcome to the Nitty Gritty of Growth, the show for ambitious founders and business leaders who've built something great, but now find themselves stuck in the day-to-day chaos of running it. I'm Nadine McCabe, founder of Strategy to Grow, and I work with business owners turning over 1 million plus who want to scale to the next level of growth, increase their business valuation, and finally create a business that doesn't need them in every single decision every day. In each episode, we dive into the real challenges of business growth, the messy middle between growth and actually scaling up, where success brings its own set of problems. I'll share practical strategies along with frameworks from my Appear to Grow method, so you can simplify operations, empower your team, and set your business up to thrive. If you've hit a growth ceiling, want to prepare for exit, or just want the freedom to focus on leading again, you're in the right place, so stick around and let's explore how to make your business work for you. If you found yourself here, there's a good chance you're a business owner or manager, and your business looks great from the outside. It looks really successful. You've built it up. Maybe you're turning over 1 million a year, 3 million, or possibly even 5 million or more a year. You've got clients or customers in a nice steady flow. You've got a team, healthy revenue, and you've really done the hard bit. But if you're totally honest, you potentially still feel like you can't take your foot off the gas. Like if you stepped away for more than a week or two, the whole thing would just fall apart. Your team still needs you daily, maybe even hourly. You're stuck in what I call the expensive job trap. You're the founder, the visionary, the strategist, and also the fire extinguisher, the project manager, the human FAQ machine, and it's exhausting. What's worse, you've probably tried to systemize things. Maybe even you've built SOPs, but no one's using them. And deep down, you're wondering, why do I even bother? Well, you bother because systems do scale companies, but only when they're built the right way. Today, I'm going to show you how to create SOPs your team will actually use so you can finally scale your business without cloning yourself. I'm Nadine McCabe, founder of Strategy to Grow, and we work with UK-based founders running 1 million plus turnover businesses who are smart, driven, and completely trapped inside their own success. Most of our clients come to us when they've hit a growth ceiling. They want to increase valuation for future investment or exit, or they're just desperate to get their life back. I've been there myself. I started out managing engineering teams, running full-scale factory operations where failure wasn't an option. We had to deliver on time, under pressure, with no room for chaos. My sole job was to help CEOs remain out of the day-to-day and scale up their operations so expansion was possible. For over a decade. Now, when I started Strategy to Grow, I knew I had to put those skills to good use to help other founders and CEOs because running a business that relies on you to answer every question isn't scalable. It's exhausting and it stops you from growing. That's when I developed the Appear to Grow framework, and inside that, one tool has helped almost every client remove themselves from the center of madness. SOPs that actually get used. Let's break down a myth. If I write down the process, people will follow it. No, they won't. Most SOPs are too long, full of jargon, written like legal documents, and also buried in a Google Drive no one really opens. They're not really designed for use. They're designed to look organized. Now, I had a client, a brilliant agency founder doing 2.2 million turnover, and she had 60 SOPs. And she showed me the folder like it was gold. And I asked, who's using these? And she paused and said, honestly, no one. And here's the truth. SOPs should transfer decision-making, not just document tasks. When done right, they replicate how you think, so others can act without asking you. Another client I had, an online fitness business, scaling towards a strategic exit, the buyers raised the question, where are your operating procedures? And who runs them? Now, they didn't have any, and we built all the core SOPs across customer experience, their marketing, and fulfillment. And after creating just a handful of the right SOPs, the business became easier to manage, easier to scale, and more importantly, more valuable to anyone looking at it from the outside. So the goal isn't to write more SOPs, it's to write the right ones in a way people actually can follow. Now let's walk through the simple SOP framework that we use inside our strategic growth sprint. Stay tuned and I'll show you where to get your free template for this. It's a 1-page template, not 15 pages, no room for jargon, and the key is it's designed to be built in about 10 minutes and actually used by your team, not just stored in a Google Drive or OneDrive folder and never seen again. Now here's what it includes. Title. Be specific so everyone knows exactly what it covers. The process owner or approver, the person or role accountable for keeping the SOP up to date. Task assignees or the doers, who actually follows the SOP and executes the steps. The last review date and next review date, because a forgotten SOP becomes an irrelevant SOP. Purpose, this is the why this SOP exists and the outcome we're aiming for. The trigger, so when this SOP should be followed, and the procedure, a clear step-by-step checklist in plain English, no jargon. And here I urge you to include a short video clip for each step. ClickUp has an inbuilt screen recorder, but you can use things such as Loom or Scribe. There's loads of amazing tools out there. Supporting documents, so links, templates, logins, or tools your team needs to complete it. You need a one-stop shop for everything that they need to do the task. Approvals, so the final sign-off that locks in the ownership and accountability. So that's it. 1 page. When SOPs are this simple, they get followed. And when they get followed, the founder finally gets freed up from being the middle of every decision. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. So a 3.8 million e-commerce brand. Customer support was swamped, fulfillment errors, 17 Slack messages a day, clients getting frustrated. The founder constantly pulled into firefighting. We built one SOP, warehouse escalation process. It clearly defined when escalation was needed, who to contact, what supporting info to send, and how the issue should be tracked. 3 weeks later, and escalations dropped by 72%. The team knew exactly what to do. And the founder got back 6 hours a week. Another one, consultancy practice with a 5-person sales team. Every proposal they sent looked different. Brand, pricing, messaging, all inconsistent. Deals kept stalling. Now we created an SOP called Proposal Creation and Approval. It covered when to create a proposal, which template to use, when the founder needed to review it maybe, and when they didn't. The end result was the sales proposals became consistent. The team moved much faster, and the founder saved 12 hours a month. And most importantly, the deals closed quicker because nothing slipped through the cracks. This is the power of keeping SOPs short, structured, and usable. When your team knows what to do, when to do it, and where to find everything, your business stops depending on you to make every single decision. And that's where scaling really does start. If you want the template I just walked you through, download it now at strategytogrowth.co.uk/SOP template. It's free and it'll save you hours. So you've written it. Now what? Here's how to get your team actually using the SOP. The first thing to do is embed SOPs where people work. Now, if you use ClickUp or Asana, link it in the tasks. If you use Slack, pin it in the channel. If you use Google Documents, then have it as a hyperlink in and link it into emails. Reinforce it weekly as well. Have just team discussions every Monday asking what SOPs were followed last week, what broke. That feedback loop creates a culture and it tells your team this isn't optional. The third thing is to make it visible. So one founder we work with realized that clients were having very different onboarding experiences depending on who handled them. and important steps were being missed. So we created one standard onboarding checklist and linked the relevant SOPs directly to it. We then made sure the checklist was stored in an easy-to-access place and included links to it in every single onboarding task request from the managers. Now, within a month, every new hire was following the same process. Clients had a consistent experience, and the team became fully trained, confident, and independent without constantly needing the founder. Now, we share new ways to systemize your business every other week in our free webinar series, Systemize One Thing. Now, if you want to register for the next webinar, you can do so at www.strategytogrowth.co.uk/webinars. So register today to secure your spot on the next webinar. The most dangerous belief I see in founders is it's just faster if I do it myself. Maybe once, maybe twice, but by the third time you've built a dependency, and dependencies don't scale. Every time you say yes to doing it yourself, you're actually saying no to strategic growth. Exit readiness, you're saying no to operational freedom. SOPs are about building a business that survives without you. Investors look for that, buyers pay more for it, and frankly, your sanity depends on it. Let's recap. Most SOPs fail because they're not written for use. Use the 10-minute template to focus on decisions, not just steps. And embed and reinforce SOPs weekly to build a culture of ownership within your team. Now, if you're doing 1 to 5 million in revenue and know that you're becoming the bottleneck, it's time to step back. Now, we help founders like you build scalable, investable businesses with real systems and strong teams through our strategic growth sprint. Now, if you want help implementing this or just want to talk about what's really keeping you stuck, go to www.strategytogrow and book a free discovery call. I'm Nadine McCabe, and if your team still needs you to function, it's not their fault, it's your systems. So let's fix them and finally get you out of the weeds. Thanks for joining me on the Nitty Gritty of Growth. If this episode resonated, make sure you subscribe or follow so you don't miss the next one. And if you're ready to simplify, systemize, and scale without being tied to the day-to-day, head to strategytogrow.co.uk to learn more and book a free discovery call. I'm Nadine McCabe, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll dig deeper into what it really takes to grow your business with clarity, control, and confidence.